Welcome to Herd D Beginner Racing. This is Douce France. We are going to leave that pen at a pretty slow pace, actually. Nothing crazy. Everybody stay grouped up, and kind of going to go this way for a little bit. We've got about 24K to go. We have some rollers. We have a very slight incline, and the question is going to be, what is everybody going to do? So we're running Twisty River Road. I've been dropped here before, so I have a tendency to pay attention. Just make sure I stay with the group. It's a little undulating. Right there especially is dangerous. And not a big problem if you're paying attention, which you're doing now. So some notable names here. Cornell, I was watching him. He has some power. He also had a sprint power numbers equal to mine, so if he's in the final group and we're sprinting, I want to keep an eye out on him. Lions look pretty powerful. We had some pretty good high wattage. Zelnar just has a dangerous name. Thought I better keep an eye on him. Borg, Moore, McRae, those are the guys that we need to watch in this group. Now, I'm not feeling terribly well. We had a late lunch. I didn't get my chicken and waffles till 1 hour before race time, and it is sitting heavy in my stomach. So I'm doing my usual anyway, sitting at the back trying to draft. Don't think anybody even notices what's going on with me, because this is where I like to sit. Just kind of suck up the watts and not have to spend too much, and get us getting comfortable. I'm just trying to last and hope that nobody tries any breakaways on this thing. But then we get up here to the balloon sprint, which is coming up in just a couple of seconds, and they take off. I don't know what is going on. Is this a break? And then there's a split, and I can't let that happen, so I burn a match, 6 watts per kilogram, get on them, and they'd actually shut it down, and I burned a match for nothing. But that wasn't a bad spot to try and make a break. I just don't know what the strategy was there. But one thing it did do is burn my legs a little bit. So if that's all they were trying to do, that's still an excellent strategy. So everybody settles back in, and I'm actually riding here with Bill. If you notice the other herd jersey, Bill from Gorillas is with us. I never get to ride with Bill. I've always raced against him, and technically we're not anyway. This is an individual race. But he's the only other herd rider with me today as we're heading on through this. And we're heading up to the aqueduct, which is going to be a really light incline. It's not really anything to be concerned about. I think it might hit 5%. We'll see as we close in on it. The goal is right now just stay together. Here we are, we're on it, and 5, yeah. So now there's a group off the front here. I put a little effort to stay with them. I didn't burn a match too bad because I don't know who the heavies are. It's going to be a fast downhill if you get the heavyweights with you. And we split. We had like a 30-second split. It wasn't now 30 meters. It was a 30-meter split. Now they start to close the gap, and they did. And you know, if I'd been DSing this race and it was my teammates here on the front and they let someone close that gap back up, I'd been blowing their ear up trying to get them to keep that gap and increase it. But no one wanted to put the effort in it, and I certainly didn't want to because, like I said, I wasn't feeling that great anyway. Bill here is questioning whether I wanted him to lead me out for that sprint, and I told him I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't sure if I was going to be on the group at the sprint. Told him I'd just let him know as it came along, and that's the kind of thing you can do with groups. Even if you're not riding as a team, you can reach out to a couple folks and say, hey, you want to do a breakaway with me? You want to, I don't think many people lead you out for the sprint, but certainly breakaway groups and things like that, you can try to get some strategies going together. So again, I'm trying to hang on and trying to get my heart rate down. I'm trying to keep a high RPM to get my legs loose, and hopefully I will have some energy to get a sprint in. I told Bill I'd let him know somewhere around 3 to 5 kilometers from the finish whether I would take that lead out. But again, Bill doesn't know me, so he doesn't know my sprint style. He knows I can sprint because like I said, we've raced together, but he doesn't know how I set up my sprint. So it was going to be interesting if he tried to lead me out, how he was going to set it up, because I didn't want to take a lot of time trying to plan something. We're 6K out. There's another break point somewhere around 1K where if you want to make a breakaway and not have to sprint, it's a good place to do it. It's one of the undulations, and if you can hit it there and then drop some watts down, in a DCAT, it's probably something like 273, and hold that for the last kilometer, you have a chance to get a break. You have to accelerate from time to time. So it's been kind of a punchy race. Thankfully it's settled down. I know everybody slowed down in this last, 6K or something. So I was really able to get my heart rate down to 160 there, which makes me pretty happy. So I'm feeling good and I'm ready to sprint now. No matter what, keep telling myself it's a 30-second sprint. I can do anything for 30 seconds. So we're trying to set this up and really watching to make sure we cannot have a break now. Even though I'm at the back trying to conserve that energy, if something breaks off the front, I have to respond. And shame on me for being too far back, but it stays pretty calm. We're still in as a group here, so it looks like everybody considers themselves a sprinter. The question now is going to be, at what point do you sprint? I don't want to be the first one off, but I don't want to be the last one and catch a late start. So again, I'm staying at the back, which is where I like to be on the sprints. I'm debating whether we should start the sprint at 600 meters or wait a little bit longer. I'm not sure how much leg I've got today. I'm not afraid to start at 600, but so when I decide to start the sprint, what I want to do is start in the white numbers. I don't want to go red. I don't want to alert the group that I'm behind him and I'm accelerating. I want to try and get like 5, 5, 6 and push through them, and then when I get to the front, accelerate hard. So I started to, and then I realized they were just bunching, nobody was going, so I thought, well, I'll wait till 4, which kind of closed the gap more than I wanted. But here we hit 4, and I just have to go because I'm starting to go through them. I want to have a higher speed than them when I take off. I don't want us all to start at the same speed because it makes it too hard. So by the time they realize I'm sprinting, my speed is up. Bill did the best lead out he could there. And then, of course, it ended up being a pretty easy sprint. That was like 80% effort. McRae was hot on my heels, coming in second place. Now we do our post-race analysis like always, and we take a look at watts. I'm at 178, lowest watts on the front page. That's exactly what I want. We've got Bill at 183. He did a pretty smart race as well. Zellner's at 184. We have a 192 for Lyons, and 203 Borg, 214 Moore, 218 Niles. Again, these guys with the lower watts, we all finish within 4.5 seconds of each other. So they put in a whole lot less effort than these higher watts guys and stayed with the front group. That's a really important thing that you need to learn when you're trying to race, is when to save watts, and coming in at low wattage and doing well. That's a really excellent smart racing. See you guys next week.